Good evening, YNG delegates of the 2011 Sacramento Conference. Tonight we have two special guests, Kayla Eaton and Nikki Lynn Bosnich. This is the Secretary of State debate. Let's kick off with your personal background and views. Now, seeing as the final stretch of your campaigns is almost finished, we still ought to start off with the beginning. What inspired you to run? Kayla?
Well, for me last year, I was in the Senate, and I was a pretty shy kid before youth and government, so I didn't really participate in the Senate, which I actually really regret because I feel that you only get so much time in youth and government and that you need to make the most of it.
Yeah.
And running for Secretary of State, I want to make sure that everyone makes the most of their time in the program and doesn't waste anything or take anything for granted.
And how about you, Nikki? What's your take on this?
Well, I think last year I was in awe of all the people that had the courage to stand up on stage and give their personal opinions or their views on things, and I thought that that would be something interesting for me to go out and try. I love to be on stage, and so this was just another challenge or something new for me to try. And I am so dedicated towards the program, I felt that it would be an awesome opportunity for me to give back.
Now, ladies, how can we make the candidate sessions, the candidate elections, and all the legislative assemblies more fun, productive, and efficient? Tell us how you're going to do this as Secretary of State.
One of the things is organization. I do believe that organization is a key factor in these. I believe in always having a backup, whereas if no one is asking a question, then I will have questions prepared for me. I believe that each officer on stage knows what exactly they're doing and how exactly they're leading, who they're introducing, probably giving them the information of what they have to say beforehand so they can prep and know exactly what they're doing.
Okay, interesting.
Some of the things that I'd like to change is I'd like to have more delegate involvement. I think that it's important for the delegates to be involved and actually have questions asked for our candidates, things that they're concerned about. So one thing that I would like to do if I was elected Secretary of State would be to have a Facebook page for me where I can have delegates go and ask questions that they would be interested in hearing about during the candidate sessions. And depending on whichever is the most relevant or which one is the most popular, those are questions that I would consider asking during Meet the Candidate sessions. Also, I think that it'd be kind of nice to have stretch breaks or little intermissions in between our Meet the Candidate sessions, because I know that sometimes they go on for too long. We had 7 Secretary of State candidates and then went straight into 7 or 8 governor candidates. This is also something that I think that we can try to introduce to the joint sessions to make them more enjoyable for everyone.
Now, Nikki, you're in the Golden Party, and Kayla, you're in the Wolfpack Party, as I'm aware. What are your party's platforms, and how would you implement these partisan ideas into Secretary of State related activities?
Well, one of the major ideals in the Golden Party is acceptance, and I think that for high school students, this is something that's sometimes hard to grasp the concept of. I think that we all need to be a little bit more accepting, and I think that as Secretary of State, if I was elected, I could be more accepting by giving more candidates the opportunity to run statewide. And I know that sometimes it's hard to stand up and give a speech or speak on bills or present a bill idea, and I think that acceptance is something that should be demonstrated in all of these areas.
Kayla?
Being in the Wolfpack Party, one of their basically main ideal, very simple, is that we are all together and that we are all one force. And I think that's something that is already implemented in the Youth and Government program, and that all the delegates are together representing California. It doesn't even matter if they're from SoCal or NorCal, we're all together. And I just want to touch upon something that I said at Bob too about the political party system, that I believe that it's not, this is quote Eli Wallach again, that it's not the political party that makes the candidate, but the candidate that makes the political party. So it's really up to the candidate to implement their own ideas,
No,
as well as preserving those of the political party. Sorry.
in which there was a controversy over signs being torn down in the convention center. Now, what are your views on this?
This is the first time I've heard about this, actually. I've been in session for the past 2 days, but I actually believe that people are getting too involved, and I think that, yes, it's race against candidates, and yes, it is a competition, but Kayla and I are friends, and we hang out during session, and everything's fine with us, so I think that people need to respect everyone else's creative side or the signs that are being put up and just enjoy the competition.
Yeah, I feel like this tension is less between the candidates, because obviously me and Nikki are in the same session and we're always hanging out, and it's more about the political party's tension.
What does YNG need most from the Secretary of State?
I think youth and government right now from their next Secretary of State really needs a new outlook on the Meet the Candidate sessions. I know that this is one of the most public things that the Secretary of State does, and I think that it's important because so many people are or become uninformed during these sessions. It's a time for many people to kind of rest or take a little snooze, and I think that it would be important to keep people intrigued or involved so they have a better idea of who they want to vote for when campaigns or elections actually do come around.
Now, when you're talking about individual delegates' mentalities, it sounds like a very abstract topic. Can you think of any ways to make this more realistic as to, providing more incentives and, providing more breaks and...
I think I already mentioned what I wanted to do. I wanted delegates to be able to be more involved in the questions that were asked to candidates, because if candidates are being questioned about things or topics that are completely irrelevant to them or things that are irrelevant to the entire program, things they don't want to know about at all, then what good does it do the candidates to stand on stage and be asked these questions? I honestly think that this is an important time for delegates to be able to get to know their candidates. I love to go out and campaign, but I haven't had the opportunity to do it constantly, and I feel like this is an important way for everyone to get to know us better.
All right, well, Kayla,
Thanks.
what do you think?
Oh, well, personally, obviously, we all know youth and government is a great program, and I would like to preserve everything that it stands for. Some of the things I would like to add, which is I'm going to go into my platform now, I would like to create a website with an interactive map of California with all of the delegations in the program pinpointed on the map to increase communication. This way that all the delegation information is just a click away, and you can find out contact information for the president if you are a statewide candidate and you would like to go visit. For statewide candidates, this would easily, I know we both know that, and all the statewide candidates know that it can be extremely stressful procedure, but I feel like having this website will make it easier for the candidates because they can have all this information and to be able to track like where they are going to go.
Also, though, don't you think it would be an awesome idea to have the sides of the delegations on each thing? That way,
Yeah.
like I know,
or the sweatshirt designs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
cool.
they're more identifiable, and also that way, I know when I was running, it was hard to fill out my forms about
Yeah.
the size of the delegations I visited and everything.
Yeah.
I think that's something that could help a lot of statewide candidates.
And another
Actually,
thing, they actually like have it, like there is a spreadsheet with like all the delegations, it's just not publicized. So I feel like by putting all of that into like a visual representation would help a lot. Apparently there is a Secretary of State page. I'm not familiar with it. I don't believe that it's publicized, but I would like to have a page and publicize it, and I would like to have for the legislative process to have like a bill tracking system so that if you're in your committees and you have a bill that you really like, you would go online and see like, oh, this passed here, it's on to the next round with your, even to the NIC proposals, you can see like if they pass, and that's something that would be like frequently updated, and I think that the delegates would enjoy.
Nikki?
I also think that it'd be important as Secretary of State to create a website where delegates can go and track bills and NIC proposals. I think that's something that a lot of us lack the ability to do right now. I also believe that it'd be important for statewide candidates to be able to get in touch with their Secretary of State. I know this year that I had some unanswered questions, and I got help from alternate sources trying to get those all answered, but I feel like if I was elected Secretary of State, I would want my email address or even my phone number to be presented to the statewide candidates so they would have an opportunity to contact me, not only because I've been through the process, but also because I would be the one handling most of the paperwork and things like that that go into the statewide process.
All right, well, best of luck to both of you ladies, and
Thank you.
from Jason Byrne here at KYNG News, good night, everybody.
Live from Sacramento, it's Sunday morning.
Just do whatever you want.
Wait, is it like a silent one? Like, is there gonna be like a?
I'm just saying it doesn't
Just
hurt.
don't
We
look
have-
into the camera.
Yeah, just don't look directly into the camera.
Or just be like writing and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, are you looking for B-roll for like the middle of the show, or are you just looking for like
I mean,
credits?
I don't know. It couldn't hurt to just have anything we can.
It's true. I agree. If there's extra time on the card, we might
There's
as
2
well.
minutes left.
We might as well fill it out.
Minimum age.
I wanted to speak on it.
No, it was
This is good because I know we used this a lot for Violet's piece when she had extra footage when she was like,
Just talk. Yeah, I agree.
yeah. We can even like do a still of this for the something. I don't even know.
What were they trying to do?
It's really good.
Try to. It's like it's an injection. It reduces their sex or
Really?
their
Yeah, they can.
crave for sex. So it'd be administered for 2 years, and it's like 4 shots a year or something like that. So there'd be less chance of them like.
Good.
All the good
There's
ones.
one-
All the good
there's
ones.
only one
The
time
puzzles.
And I stopped because you were like asked a question and looked at Kayla, so I started to go over to Kayla, and then Nikki answered. And I was like, oh, but we'll just cover that up.
Oh wait, hold on. Can I just just in the middle, like how long are you gonna be filming the writing thing?
Till it runs out.
There's
I
only,
mean, like,
a
what do you
minute
need to? What do you need to film?
Oh no, I just wanted to like throw my pen in anger down at the table and just.
We're
What?
done with this.
left. What? Oh,
Quitting.
you mean,
Quitting the
you mean,
business.
Not to put on to the.
Right.
Very harshly right. That's good. How did that
Yeah, this is
run?
the funniest get-ups from
I was
Megatron called you.
Megatron.
okay.
That's Megan.
Yeah.
What time does the governor's debate start?
I think like,
Five.
I was
Filming.
gonna say, we're not doing it till
5?
later.
It's 2:30. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
session's over.
Yeah. Are you? Tell me. Are you guys done? Are you guys done filming?
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Is the camera off?
No, it's still rolling.
Oh, okay.
There's 1 minute left on the card, so we need to go capture this. And can you turn it off now?
Okay. Thanks for coming,